What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've shown face and actually made a video. I've been posting a lot of my old SX content, and if you guys have been following the community tab, I actually ended up trading the SX for a KTM 85 bored out to 105. I basically feel like I robbed the kid, but the bike went to a great home. It's got my 72 volt in it, 5,000 watt. I mean, you guys seen that build. That thing was pretty awesome. So it's enjoying a new home to somebody who's really gonna rip it. And I ended up getting an awesome deal with this KTM. Now it is blown up. It needs a motor rebuild, and I do plan on keeping it two-stroke for a while, just so I can try to street legal it. And you know, I just really want to learn clutch and foot brake wheelies, and it's going to be a great opportunity. Plus it's a KTM 85, I mean bored out 85, so I mean this thing's going to scream, and it's going to be a ton of fun on trails. And just really want to wheelie this thing. And here it is right here. You can see it's super clean. He ended up hooking it up with like 3 pairs of plastics, so it's got these black ones, and it's got a couple pairs of orange. Came with a big, I think these are 5-gallon tanks, and it came with the stock tank as well. Hydraulic clutch, fully adjustable suspension, nice brakes. I mean, this thing's got the works. I definitely have to get a bigger shock for it. And as you can see, she's been rode. She's got some dirt on her, so I do plan on taking it apart and cleaning it up, making her sparkly again. As you can see, I got the motor out right here. Excuse the garage, everything's just kind of piled in right now. But unfortunately, it's got a bad rod bearing, and I'm waiting for the parts to come in the mail. But that should be up and running here pretty soon. I probably won't make like a how-to or nothing about it, since there is actually a really good video on rebuilding this motor out there, and I will link it, of course, for everyone to check out if you are interested in this kind of thing, because there's not really a whole lot of KTM 85 rebuilds going on YouTube. But I'll probably make a little video, you know, do some time lapses of cleaning it up, putting it together, first start, all that good stuff. And let's get to the e-bike stuff, of course. So as you can see, the Moto Tech's back there looking sad and dusty and just super clapped out. I didn't do a very good job of taking care of it, especially with all the clay and stuff we have out here. You can see on the SSR, it just really cakes up and stains because I'm too lazy to clean it. So what the plan is this thing's kind of gonna be on the back burner for a while, because I do have a surprise for the channel, a new build that's coming in. I wouldn't even call it a build, just something we got to put some pieces together. It's going to be an awesome thing for the community, and it should be here in a few days. So as soon as that comes in, I'll do a little unboxing and go over it and show you guys what's going to be up with it, who the new company is, how much they cost, you know, what it's going to do for the community, and just how easy it's going to be to piece together. You guys have all been following me on how to put far driver kits together, light kits, and I know there's a ton of you out there who have, you know, they've been doing it themselves, hitting me up, asking me questions, and ending up being super happy with their new kit, you know, that they did hands-on, and there just really isn't a better feeling than that. So the only Razer I have left, of course, is the RSF 650. I'm not too sure what I want to do with it yet. I mean, technically it is my girlfriend's, but she don't really ride it that much. She got the SSR, and she's very stoked with that thing. This thing, I mean, it's just super small. It's very fun, don't get me wrong. It's got the ETM kit, 5 kilowatts. It's a little ripper and does awesome wheelies. Of course, I got the full light kit going. I still need to make something for the tail light, like a little bracket, maybe 3D print something for it, so that way I can finally finish mounting all the lights and plugging it all in. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't really have enough subscribers or followers to do a giveaway, but maybe one day I can hold on to it and do a giveaway or something. But yeah, so more on the Razer content. So I'm sure a ton of you have ended up over at my channel and subscribed because of the Razer groups and all the stuff that I've been doing with the Razers lately. But I feel like I've done enough for the community and did my part that I'm gonna kind of step away from the Razers and really just the smaller bikes that are kind of limited at 5,000 watts. They're a lot of fun if you're riding around on the streets, but out here where I'm living, we live by a lot of soft sand. We don't really live by too many hills, but the hills we do have are very soft and they're very tough for 5 kilowatt bikes to get up. And you know, after I did the QS swap on the Moto Tech with the QS 165, that thing absolutely rips. It never bogs, it never gets stuck. If it does get stuck, it's because the wheel is just spinning and spinning and digging itself into a rut. And that's the kind of power I'm really looking for. Now this new one that I got coming for the bike, I have a lot of high hopes for it. You know, obviously it is a, how do I put this, a manufacturer's bike, so it does come with a motor, but you can only push it so far until you're on your own with the warranty. So I mean, we're expecting it to put out a lot of power as it is completely stock, but once you push it past a certain point, though, you're gonna void the warranty. So I just kind of want to put that out there. But with this new bike, and as cheap as it is and how easy it is going to be put together, I think this is going to be a complete game changer for the game. It's going to get us away from the small Moto Tech motors. It's going to get us away from the small MY1020s. It's going to be a lot cheaper than your EC4Ps, or you know, getting a welder and a grinder and all this stuff to do a stretch swing arm for a QS swap. You know, I mean, that's still an option for this new bike, is to pull the motor out that's in it and possibly put something in it, which we'll get to that in the future, don't worry. But to begin with, once you guys see the bike, I'll go through more of what the plans are for it. But yeah, I just want to step away from the Razer stuff. They're a lot of fun, but they take so much work to get right, and even when you do get them right, 5 kilowatts just ain't enough, so you're doing even more to put a QS to it. And you know, the community is growing a lot now, and you can get swing arm extensions. People are, you know, trying to make motor plates that you can just bolt straight onto them for QS swaps. So there's a ton of content out there for the Razers, and I really want to move on to bigger stuff. You know, eventually I'm going to blow this thing up. Eventually I'm going to get sick of rebuilding it. Eventually I'm going to get a different bike. I want to go into like a 250 or a 450, something street legal, so I can start doing some more bike life stuff, you know. So eventually this thing will end up QS swapped. Maybe we'll venture into other motors. You know, QS are kind of that go-to. Everybody knows they're good, but we're seeing a lot more innovation in motors and stuff, so we might go something a little bit different. I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Jordan Davis. You guys probably know him or remember him when we were doing the QS stuff. He helped me out a ton. Honestly, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know as much as I do. The way he pushed me to learn and figure stuff out. My boy is sending me a 72 volt battery from a morgue, and he's hooking it up completely for the channel. That way we can throw it in this new bike, we can throw it in the Moto Tech, you know, we'll figure it out. But big shout out to Jordan. Dude, you're freaking awesome. Can't wait to get this new bike in. We got so much content coming. It's gonna be awesome. So you guys stick with me. I know I've been kind of, you know, not uploading as much as possible, but it's like 100 degrees out here. Even standing out here, I just got out of the shower and I'm completely soaked again from just sitting out here for 10 minutes. But yeah, so more on the Moto Tech. So this is kind of the staple of the channel. Oh, wrong way. So like I said, we're gonna be keeping this in the back burner for a little while. I do plan on cutting the frame up. I want to do a new style of plastics and just make this an overall bigger, cleaner. The CRF50 plastics are kind of too small still. The battery compartment, as we all know, is super tiny. So I want to figure out a way to kind of stretch the frame without stretching the swing arm anymore. So make a longer wheelbase by modifying the frame. Obviously making the cradle bigger for a bigger battery. And you know, of course we're going to keep the QS, but I have never pushed it over 8 kilowatts because I was limited to my little 72 volt battery, the little 24 amp hour battery, which I sold with the SX. So that's no longer here, and we are going to be getting that battery from Jordan, which we should be able to max out this 72 330, which is 100 line and 330 phase, and I pushed it to like 120. I think I did 140 for like 2 seconds, but I backed that down real quick. So we'll be able to finally push the Moto Tech. Like I said, you won't see too much of that for a while. It's going to take a lot of materials, it's going to take a lot of money, and unfortunately YouTube just isn't paying. I mean, obviously I'm still new to this YouTube thing. I have pretty low subscriber count, so you know, I'm only making like 50 bucks a month, and you actually don't get paid out until you make $100 threshold. So you know, I'm not seeing money for 2 or 3 months, and it might only be 100 bucks. You know, I do have my Patreon subscribers who I want to give a big shout out to. You guys are awesome. You've been holding on, hanging out with the channel for a while. So I kind of have that kind of piling up every month. I'm saving up that little bit so I can start putting more into the channel. You know, I'd love to grow into like merch and stuff, and you know, kind of do things to give back to you guys other than just making how-to videos, because really you guys are a huge part of this channel, and I appreciate the support so much. But just bear with me. You know, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And I think that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys very soon with a new surprise and a new project for the channel. Shout out to Bomb Moto. If you guys know, you know. Alright guys, till next time. Peace.